Hi, my name is Achillea and welcome back to the channel. Today we have some more transfer news regarding Spurs. Early in the week we had some breaking news about Ndombele, and supposedly a deal has been done with Lyon to get him over the line at Tottenham for 65 million. Now it hasn't been confirmed by the club as of yet. People are kind of expecting it on Monday. Some were trying to expect today, but we all know what we're like at Spurs. It'll probably take us 2 months to announce him, and that's what we did with Nkudu. But hey ho, hopefully that should be done very soon. In other news, we have another player pretty much signed for the club and awaiting announcement, and that is Jack Clarke, the young winger from Leeds. So that's who we're going to be talking about today in today's video. I know I promised you Lo Celso and we haven't done it yet, but this is a bit more imminent as the signing could happen any moment. I mean, we could announce him later today. So I promise you Lo Celso will definitely be tomorrow's video, and then we'll have another one ready for Sunday for you guys. So make sure to subscribe, like the video, and let's get on to this transfer talk. Now again, this transfer talk is brought to you by OneFootball. It is the perfect platform for all of your transfer news and any sort of news around your club. Now most of you people are going to be Spurs fans, so it's really simple. You just download the app, which the link will be in the description below. You can select your favorite team, i.e. Spurs, and you'll have all sorts of news regarding transfers, potential ones going in, going out, any of the main news throughout the Premier League and the rest of Europe. So it's definitely worth downloading if you want to get instant notifications on anything major that happens, like the signing of Jack Clarke and Ndombele. Now let's get into talking about Jack Clarke, talking about who he is, how he'll fit into Spurs, and what is next for Tottenham Hotspur. So for all of you that don't know who he is, Jack Clarke is an 18-year-old winger, predominantly on the right side. Apparently he is about 5'11". I think they have him down as 1.8 meters. He has made 22 appearances in the Championship last season. I think 25 appearances overall in all competitions, and in those appearances he has made 2 goals and 2 assists. Now it's worth noting that I think he only started about 5 of those 25 fixtures, the rest of the other 20 being him coming off the bench. So he might not have had that many minutes. I think it's something like 700 minutes overall, 750 minutes overall, so not much considering first teamers tend to get well over 2,000. So that's everything you really need to know about him. So let's talk a bit about what this move to Spurs really is. So it's been reported that the deal is around about £8.5 million, which in this day and age is absolutely nothing, especially for a young English talent that normally kind of doubles or quadruples their price just by having English in their bio. The 8.5 million is expected to rise to about 10.5, 11 when you include all of the add-ons, but that tends to be through bonuses and stuff like that. Now also supposedly he was at Hotspur Way, he was at the training ground on Wednesday completing his medical, and apparently according to Sky and a bunch of other sources, it's all complete, ready to go. It's just about that pen to paper and the announcement by Spurs, which I'm expecting to be around about Monday time. A lot of rumours are going around saying that he's going to be announced alongside Ndombele, but I've got a funny feeling that we're going to announce Jack Clarke first, as I think the deal is happening a lot quicker and is getting signed a lot sooner than the Ndombele one, and that's just natural. When it's a young 18-year-old player moving from the Championship to the Premier League, these deals can happen a lot quicker. There's more desire to get this sort of deal done from a young person's point of view. The Ndombele, considering he's one of the world's biggest centre-mid talents or prospects at the moment, and you know what Lyon's president's like, trying to hold out for everything, it's going to be a lot slower process. So I think we're going to announce Jack Clarke first as our first official signing in over 520 days, I believe it is now. Now this is the one thing I'm worried about. I don't want fans to, in the comments when we announce Jack Clarke, to go, announce Ndombele, where's Tanguy, where is he? I don't want to see any of that from you. This guy is a young footballer moving from the Championship to the Premier League to an amazing club as Spurs. Imagine that was you, right? You get your moment, your big moment to move to the Premier League into a Champions League side. You get announced by the club, you're buzzing, and no fan cares. Like, everyone's talking about another signing that's coming in, instantly going to put you in a bad mood. So I think it will be huge if we can all give him the support that he deserves, even if it's just replying on the Twitter, welcome Jack, all that kind of stuff. Push Jack Clarke, give him the welcome that he deserves, and hopefully he'll become the first signing for Spurs. So that's all about the move to Spurs. Now we've got to consider what his role at Spurs is going to be. Now initially there were a lot of talks about Leeds wanting a straight away having a loan back deal so that he plays for at least the first half or the season, the 1920 campaign. But I think apparently Pochettino says he wants to keep him around the first team and develop him within the first squad, which I think is better anyway. I mean, what's the point in signing this young talent to then just loan them out again. If you've really got proper plans for him, put him through his paces with either the first team or at least within the reserves. Get him used to the club and whatnot, because otherwise it's just going to be a forgotten name in the club. So I think the fact that Poch kind of wants to keep him at the club is amazing, but there's also believed to be that if we do decide to loan him out at some point, that Leeds effectively have first dibs, which is fair enough. I think that's a good deal. Now, clearly he's a future prospect and is not going to jump straight into the first team. I don't quite think he is a Dele Alli or is at Dele Alli's level just yet. Jack hasn't made that many appearances, nor that many starts at least, and has only got 2 goals, 2 assists. So it will be a bit naive to say that he's going to walk straight into the team, because he's really not. I think he's got to give him a bit of time to develop with the first team squad and improve as a player before introducing him. So expect to see him in probably the early stages of the cup competitions like the League Cup and the FA Cup. Now, not only that, we've had a lot of wingers come from Leeds to Spurs in the past. I mean, we've had Aaron Lennon, absolute class player, come from Leeds, and don't forget, we got Danny Rose from Leeds, who did start out as a winger before we moved him to left back. We've got kind of a decent history of good players coming from Leeds as wingers, so I've got no doubt that all the scouts have done their job properly and they found us a very good player that could be a first teamer within 2-3 years. And to be honest, even if you just have a simple search on Twitter for Jack Clarke and Leeds and looking through what Leeds fans are saying, a lot of them seem to be very upset and a bit annoyed that they've let Jack Clarke go because they see him as a great English talent. So that can only be positive things for Spurs. We're bringing in young English talent, sticking to our normal routine of bringing in squad players, young players for Poch to develop into almost superstars. And the fact that they're upset about him going is surely a good thing for us, right? Now, I can't lie and sit here and say that I've seen a lot of him play. People like Ndombele, I've had the chance to watch him play a lot. I watched him throughout the Champions League and when he's played for France. Someone like Jack Clarke, who plays obviously in the Championship regularly and hasn't made that many appearances, I'm not going to just blatantly lie and say I've seen a lot of him, because I haven't. But what I have done is done a bit of research on what their fans have been saying and what a lot of people that have watched him have said. And it tends to be the case that they're saying that he dribbles very, very well. He's always attacking the defense, which is pretty much what we like to see from our wingers, because I don't really think we do that enough. It's a lot of left to right movements. And he's got very creative passing. Now, where the negative side comes into this is that a lot of people says he tends to over dribble or overpass, kind of effectively forcing the fancy pass or the dribble to get out of dangerous situations rather than doing the simple pass forward, which is another reason why I don't think he's going to walk into the first team at all. I think it's going to be the case where we're going to develop his decision making by the sounds of it, so that he knows exactly when to attack the defense, he knows exactly when to do that Hollywood pass into the box, or whether to do a simple pass to your right back or anyone that's in midfield. So provided what those people have said about him are true, I think he's definitely a good talent for the future. Very positive with the fact that he likes to dribble at the defense, but again, just little tweaks that I think Pochettino can definitely iron out and turn him into a proper footballer. Now, in terms of these transfers as a whole, I think this is exactly how I wanted Spurs to approach this summer. I didn't want, well, as much as I would love us to, it was never going to be the case, but I didn't want us to go and sign and spend 200 million on 5 world talent players, because just being realistic, that's not going to happen with Spurs. We don't have the money to do that unless we sold our entire squad. What I wanted us to do is make 2 or 3 top signings, marquee signings, Ndombele already being the first one, and then a lot of very good either squad players or future players. Because at the end of the day, that is how our club's been run so far, and it's worked very well over the past 5 years. We've brought in young talent or raised young talent through the academy and then turned them into professional footballers that have made appearances for England and playing for their country. So I don't think we need to move away from that. I just like us to see to make us a few of the big signings alongside a few of the squad players. And that's exactly what we've done already. It's coming to the end of June and we've pretty much already signed 1 marquee signing, which is Ndombele, a statement signing, and 1 squad/young prospect signing, which is Jack Clarke. And I feel like if we bring a few more prospect players through, like Ryan Sessegnon or Max Aarons for right back, and then maybe other marquee signings like Lo Celso or Donny van der Beek, who, I mean, all of these players are young anyway, but a lot of them have obviously had more experience than the others. I think this is exactly how we need to approach our window, and if we keep it up like this and make these signings within the month, I think we're going to have an absolutely incredible squad for the new season. So I'm just going to finish this by posing a question to you guys. How do you see Jack Clarke fitting within the squad over the coming seasons And who else would you like us to sign this summer? And I'm talking young prospects or marquee signings. Which players would you like us to see? And remember, I will be covering Lo Celso tomorrow, as that's a big transfer talk with Spurs at the moment. And then moving on to other players. If you want to see all of that stuff, make sure to subscribe below. Stick around for any breaking news that's coming over this transfer period. And I shall speak to you guys tomorrow. Peace.
No, there ain't no stopping us. Fly without boarding pass. Couldn't catch me, I be moving fast. Call me a shooting star. Let 'em know you